Hey, good morning, Story Trading VIPs. It's Monday, February 13th. Lots of stuff going on this week. We have CPI tomorrow. We have earnings starting to come in for more of the smaller caps. We had all the big caps the last couple weeks. Now it's like kind of the mid caps, and I guess micro caps are going to come the next few weeks. So, sleepy morning this morning. I mean, we see the QQQ and SPY. You see it up slightly, but just looking at the volume of the individual stocks and the reactions to the catalysts today and coming up in the next few days, it's very, very sleepy. I don't know if it's because post Super Bowl Sunday, I'm a little slow myself this morning, or it's because of CPI tomorrow. Now, regarding CPI, pretty much consensus is it's going to come in worse. You know, they revised December from down 0.1% quarter over quarter to up 0.1% in December, and that's because they changed their calculation for 2023. So that's going to impact the number that we're going to see tomorrow. So the consensus is kind of that CPI is going to be increasing, if anything, but because of the formula change. But there may be other things relating used car sales and energy prices going up that may come into a CPI that's going to get hot again, that after it slowed down. So it remains to be seen how the market's going to react to that. But we've already kind of called the warning on this a few days ago after the Disney, I think it was the Disney reversal. And there's several signs we went through, Tesla topping out, individual stocks getting tired, not reacting like you think they otherwise would. We talked about all that last week. So we're seeing that pullback moving towards the 20 DMA on the QQQ. Let's see where the weekly moving averages are. Weekly, it's holding right there at a key level, the 50-week moving average on NASDAQ. So it's best if we stay right here. Let's see what the SPY looks. Room down to about 406, not much lower than here on the 20 DMA. So let's take a look at the weekly. You could pull back to the 400 and still be in a bull trend. I really want to hold that 50-week moving average, especially in the SPY. So definitely going into some uncertainty tomorrow. So it may be wise to take some off the table, reduce margin, be careful about options, and maybe consider getting a hedge. So let's get into some individual stocks. A bunch of things going on with stocks we're following, but not big reactions. So CETX, this is like a gamble play. We talked about this. It's an AI play, micro float that just regained NASDAQ compliance. And this one we've been holding since about 10 or so, depending on your entry during this consolidation period again. And so we got a nice pop on Friday. I did sell some on Friday, but I still hold a decent amount, small but decent. And this was trending like number one all over StockTwits. So they have earnings tomorrow. Personally, I don't really want to be holding through earnings. I actually don't see if they're on the news feed if their earnings are tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. So something I have to look into. But I'm not sure I'd want to hold into earnings. I really don't trust this company based on prior interaction I've had with them. But this chart is kind of amazing. And with a very low micro float, it could kind of take off. So this is pretty much just a gamble. It doesn't really have that fundamental pillar for me, but it does have the catalyst going for it. It has a sentiment of AI and the micro float theme going for it, the NASDAQ compliance theme going for it, which has been doing great lately. All right, so that's a little gamble stock. Another gamble stock, GNS. They have an event coming up Wednesday. Wednesdays are live stream by the CEO. There's been a couple strong catalysts lately. This last one I really like. They canceled their 7.5 million at the market offering, and then before that, they had some ChatGPT news. But the stock really not reacting too great to that. At the end of the day, it's stable after taking a big dive. It's back to kind of where it was. But this is one, again, with the catalyst Wednesday coming on the live stream. My playbook would be to sell this like right before the event or a minute or two into the event. I found that's oftentimes a peak in a price when you're dealing with catalysts. So those two kind of lower quality stocks. Those are the updates on that, and I'd like to be getting out of those. Geo, we're looking for a 1250, 1260 break. What's the high here? Okay, 12. Wow. Was it 1244? So it broke it. It did break 12. Okay. So this, technically, if I'm just going with the technicals, we have this on our swing table. And I was saying if it breaks this level, then 14 to 15 is your next target. But so close to earnings, I'm not sure if it's going to happen until that earnings reports come through. So this one up in sympathy with CXW. I think, at least qualitatively, the commentary is going to be great on the GEO call. So GEO earnings are going to be on Tuesday, tomorrow morning. So GEO is tomorrow morning. So this is definitely an exciting one with the recent price action, the sympathy move off CXW, that technical break. And I am kind of looking for around 15, but it's risky going into earnings. Okay. But I have every reason to believe, at least qualitatively, the commentary, because of the immigration situation, is going to be very bullish for GEO. But the financials for this quarter they're about to report, you really never know what's going to happen with that. So we have to wait and see. Generac the next morning has earnings. Actually pick this back up again at the 20 DMA right here. This pullback support, let's hope it stays support, but it is kind of moving with the market. Why do we pick this up? It was the green energy play and the EV chargers at home. And I did a little research into Generac, and they're really going big into green energy. They have a lot of business components, but they also have some tailwinds, headwinds specific to their company that they're trying to deal with. So, it's not I'm not making a prediction on earnings that, hey, they're going to beat earnings. I just know the analysts price targets are up there in the 160s. And overall has like a chart that it looks like it's rebounding, but I really wouldn't want to see this 20 DMA break. This could go down to about 105 if we close. It was right on the edge there Friday, or is that this morning? Yeah, I think that's this morning's price action. No, that was Friday. So right on the edge there. So 105, a possibility. And again, we got earnings risk. But I'm taking a chance on this because of the green energy theme and what they're doing with the EV charger, the home charger. That's pretty cool. STNG, this is one that Matt has really liked, has been pushing on our community and has been right so far. Hit a new 52-week high the last couple days. I have a feeling this could hit the 60s before the earnings report on Thursday. So they are February 16th, which, yes, is Thursday morning. Because of that recent breakout above the 52-week high and the fundamentals Matt has been telling us about the book value rising, I think this can see the 60s even before the earnings report. That's STNG. We had a little bit of news this morning. They completed the acquisition of rare earth and heavy mineral projects. So this is no longer just a uranium play, maybe now diversifying into rare earths. So this can give it a little bit of stability. Maybe a little less volatile in terms of other stocks that move complete with the uranium price. This can maybe have a little more stability. And I like both sectors. I've been thinking about getting MP because of rare earth exposure. Here you have UUUU with both uranium and rare earths. So I'm starting to like this a little bit more after this acquisition is complete. Above all the key moving averages right now on both the daily and the weekly charts. Is that my weekly? Yep. On both what do I have, a monthly here? No, that's a weekly too. Why does it look different? That's about right. Okay. Why is the scale different? I'm not sure. Something's different. Okay. But anyway, it's because the 5 year goes. Okay, I got it. All right. Anyway. UUUU. I like that news there. PRVB has a catalyst this morning. It's actually the only one I picked up in pre-market. We'll see how this goes. Sanofi. Oh, nice little bump up here. Sanofi has invested $35 million. Here's at a purchase price of $12.90. Okay. The stock is now $10.55. Now, you gave me a little pause whether I wanted to play this because it had a big move Friday already. But it's still well below that $12.90 of Sanofi's investing in. So a couple of thoughts that I have on this. Number one, I want to monitor this for clues on how DRIO might react if Sanofi invests at a premium, as many people expect at some point that could happen. But on the other hand, though, $35 million compared to a $900 million market cap is not so huge. If you take DRIO and if Sanofi does like a $35 million investment, that is a much more significant part of the company. So not necessarily, you can watch the price action on PRVB today and say, aha, that's how DRIO is going to react. Not necessarily. But still, at a $12.90 valuation, even though this is a small part of the market cap, we're talking like 4% or so of the market cap, maybe a little bit less. It's still an outside, mega cap company, pharmaceutical company saying that we think PRVB is worth $12.90 a share. So to me, it's worth it taking the risk on this today. So I did enter this in pre-market, hoping for a nice move up towards $12.90. Not necessarily that it's going to hit it today, but that's my play. I've seen this before. It doesn't always work out, but I'm willing to take the chance on this one today. That's the only play I did so far this morning. SANW, some earnings out. We've been riding this 3 days, and I'm completely out. Friday, when I saw the market turning, there were a few things I took off, and SANW was one of them. We were hoping for $2.30. This after the Shell deal, but it seemed to kind of find its top. This, along with Tesla, were the two that I decided to sell a little bit short of their target. So 230 was the target on SANW. It reached like 212 or something. And Tesla also reached like 212. The target was like 225, and it got to about 212 or so last week. So both of these, because of the market turning ahead of CPI, I decided to take some off the table ahead of this risk event tomorrow. Now, Microsoft, I really, really like, because of the ChatGPT. But they had, I think, there was strong after-hours movement Friday. And the only news I could find, if you go in the news feed, Friday after hours, there was a report from Wall Street Journal. OpenAI to offer ChatGPT subscription plan for $20 a month. Now, I had seen this myself. I think it was either Thursday night or earlier in the day Friday. If you logged into ChatGPT, it talked about ChatGPT Plus, right? But I've also heard, I haven't seen that myself until like Thursday night, Friday. But it's been a few weeks that like some of my friends have already been subscribed to it somehow. And I'm like, how did he subscribe to this? Is to get like primary service, like if the servers are slow. So I'm like, how do you subscribe to it? I don't know. You go in, you'll see the option. And I went into ChatGPT and I couldn't find the option to upgrade. So maybe it was something that was out there a few weeks ago and they pulled it, or something that was hard to find. But now they made it much more prominent Thursday night, Friday. So everyone can go in now if you go to ChatGPT, and you'll see that upgrade option for Plus, or there's a waiting list for it. Actually, you can't even upgrade to it right away from my recollection. But in any case, Microsoft does own a piece of ChatGPT, so you can say there's a fundamental portion here in terms of, hey, if ChatGPT is making revenue or profit, that raises the valuation of ChatGPT, that raises the valuation of Microsoft. So that's the fundamentals. But more importantly, the sentiment is really good for AI. That, hey, there's big momentum in this sector. ChatGPT, they're so good that they can start charging now. And ChatGPT, we know those functions are going to be coming in Bing for free, as far as I know. March 1st or something is, I think, the full launch. I'm still continuing like Microsoft here. I think you can buy the dips, and I do believe there's a money rotation coming out of Google. Google, we flagged this at the 50-day moving average. I didn't take it. I was too scared because I believe in the rotation of Microsoft too much, but technicals work way too often. I don't know if anyone took that bet. I actually talked to a friend who runs a hedge fund yesterday. I just bumped into him at a Super Bowl party last night, and is like, yeah, I picked up Microsoft on Friday. I'm like, right at the 50 DMA? Yup, right at that 50 DMA. So sometimes you just got to play the technicals, especially after it lost $150 billion and sentiment is really poor. Sometimes you can get that reversal that bounce off the 50 DMA. So it's going to be interesting to watch Google and Microsoft and how they interact with each other as the AI developments continue. Talk has just been golden for us. It's just going up. Seems like every day, broken out of resistance. I'm looking for about 200 DMA, 113, but I didn't sell any yet. And to be honest with you, I don't know that I'm going to sell at the 200 DMA. Maybe I'll sell a little bit, if it gets to 113 or so at the 200 DMA. But honestly, I'm waiting for the conference call, the earnings, because I'm trusting the CEO at the JP Morgan Health Conference. And he was teasing some very exciting things. So if he follows through on that, and I don't see why he wouldn't. Why would he go up, stand on the stage at JP Morgan, and then say something completely different at the earnings call? I think there's going to be follow through, some really good news about the flip to profitability. So I think I'm willing to hold this through that earnings report, and maybe we can start, talking about, hey, when does this company get bought out for $2 or $3? I think that's in the cards, perhaps even this year, maybe more than $2 or $3. That's talk. DermTech, I did finally pick some of this up. It's above the 20 DMA. I just love the momentum here. It's a small position for me in my IRA, but I did pick up some trading shares. But looking forward to here we go, earnings call is going to be March 2nd. So March 2nd is going to be very, very key for DermTech. Have we reached a fundamental inflection point in the company? We'll see. There's definitely a lot of momentum, and I'm going to step in here ahead of the earnings report and see what we hear on that. So with that, we're going to bring on the next part of our show. Where is our videos? Did we lose it? No, here we go. Good morning, Vegas. I'm a little sleepy this morning, and the market seems to be too. Lots of muted reactions everywhere. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, not really. Like I was listening to my artificial intelligence scanner. It's not even like really loud or going bonkers or anything like that. Usually it's like, you know, screaming and yelling so many tickers, but it wasn't really doing that today. So, you know, who knows what the market wants to do. Remember, we have a CPI data tomorrow, so maybe market participants want to wait for that to get out of the way.
Yep.
I don't know, but
maybe,
like yeah, who knows? Maybe people have hangover.
Very quiet. It's very quiet. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
I gotta give you my little Valentine's video for tomorrow for the viewers.
Okay.
I have a cute little Valentine's video. So listen, so what's going on today? You know what? I'm just gonna stay focused on a couple plays. I really like Microsoft here this morning.
Ooh, nice.
You know, Microsoft looks really good here. And you know, if it stays over this 266.37, which it is, it's 266.90 right now. This can go to like 273.80. So I do like it for day trade on Microsoft. I like the 267.50 calls. I really wouldn't go higher, like a weekly Feb 17.
Oh, wow.
Because just a day trade. So I wouldn't go higher than like a 270 call, only because the target potential is 273.80. The thing is that stop loss would be 263.57. So we really want to see that hold. I mean, if you don't want to do a day trade and you'd like to actually swing it, you know, then go to March 17, buy yourself some time, go into the 270 calls. You could even do like if you're going to do March 17 and swing it, you could actually even do 275s. They closed around 480. So, and you could actually swing. Microsoft looks really good. And the other one that I'm liking actually is Meta. Really like Meta here this morning. Looks adorable. So looking to trade Meta. If it gets over,
I think they had some Super Bowl commercials last night, right? About the metaverse.
Yeah, they had some Super Bowl commercials. We also had like some money flow also on Meta. So we're going to be watching this week in particular for Meta. If it ever gets over 188.75, definitely will go long on Meta into March contracts. But for day trade today, you know what? Would like to see this over 177.84. Even some people might want to wait until it gets over 178.50. So that might be a little bit of a safer spot. But room to 181, 182, and 185. So really could see a nice move on Meta. So really like Meta. So Microsoft and Meta, my two plays, two top picks. And, you know, I talked about Starbucks in my video on the weekend. You know, really waiting for Starbucks to break 108. I have a position already in Starbucks, 120 calls for March 17, but I will take 105s if it breaks the 108. So I'll go in the money on March 17 calls for Starbucks for a swing. So I know that your community really likes to swing trade as well. So I have given some levels for Meta swing. If it breaks 188.75, swing will be in play. And it doesn't have to be today. It could break tomorrow. So write that down. If you guys are listening, take your pen, notebook, and write it down. And stop loss on Meta would be 170 if you go long. And then Starbucks long over 108, stop 105. So write those down so that you know if they trigger, you should be knowing what to do.
Love it. Love these ideas. I like the technicals on Starbucks. Looks like it wants to break out of the 20 DMA, but we'll have to see that happen first.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. But you know what? Tesla also had like a lot of money flow. The other thing too, the other reason for Meta popping with regards to, you know, you mentioned they were a Super Bowl commercial, but they also did have plans to lay off some people at the company. So, you know, layoffs seem to pop stocks. So
they do, right? These days, very popular.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So there you go. Who would think that layoffs would make a stock go up? But it does. So keep a watch on those and see how these play out.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Vegas, so much.
Thank you, guys.
And as a reminder, you can follow Vegas at I Love Stocks on Twitter. And actually, I want to make a quick announcement. Our app, StoryTrading app, is now available for download without an invite code on the store. So we're going to start marketing that over the next few weeks. That's going to be exciting. We'll expand our reach. We'll be able to do like free previews and things like that of our shows here through the app. So stay tuned for more information on that. We'll be updating our website with that information. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.